author of the big bestseller, Catastrophe, Dick Morris himself. Okay, so I can't with any certainty know how much influence the far left has. You know Podesta. He's really out there, right?
Yeah, well, VAT is something he pushed in the Hillary plan. And I was talking to Clinton the day after there was a leak that they might do that to President Clinton, and he said, I'm not going to raise taxes for that piece of...
whatever.
His wife's program.
I must explain VAT they have in Europe. If you buy anything, they slap a big excise tax on it.
And hide it. In other words, you go into the store and you pay $25 for something, and they don't tell you that $17.50 is the cost, and $7.50 is the
price is $25, but you don't know what the tax is.
It's not like sales tax where you see it on the bill, it's hidden.
But look, give me your opinion on how much the far left, how much influence they have in the White House right now.
Great and growing. It's a vicious cycle. This is a progressive disease. In Catastrophe, I predict it, and just he's following right along with the prediction. You start off trying to be president of all the people. Then you have failures and setbacks, like the economy not recovering much, and deficit rising, and Afghan war not going well, and your ratings drop. Then you get to a point where your ratings are less than your vote share in the last election. In other words, right now 48% or so approve of him and 52% voted for him. That means he's getting nothing from anyone that didn't vote for him. And the temptation then is to hunker down within your party, forget about the other half of the world, and just try to control government with a strong party loyalty. A lot easier when you have 60 votes in the Senate because you think you can do it. But what happens then is that the left imposes ever finer litmus tests upon you, ever more purity, ever more leftist necessary. And the more you do that, the more you lose support on the center.
Well, look, I mean, Michael Moore telling the president he's got to do socialized medicine, that doesn't help President Obama.
No, but the whole point here is that, see, the left, like a Michael Moore, only are good when they're criticizing. So they're always going to be pushing him further to the left. It's how they raise money, it's how they get members, it's how they recruit themselves. And what's going on here is that there's ever higher standards for Obama's purity, and he's jumping through ever tinier hoops to do it.
He is not fighting the pressure. Now, when you worked for Bill Clinton, the far left tried to get their hooks into Clinton, too.
Well, what happened was that after he was elected, I urged him to govern from the center, and he told me, well, the Democratic leaders of Congress have assured me that if I stay in the caucus, stay in the pocket, they'll protect me and they'll pass my program. And I warned him, I said, they won't be your supporters, they'll be your jailers. And you won't be their candidate, you'll be their hostage. You'll be fighting for every last liberal vote on the Hill. Then when Clinton did all that, fell into their trap, went far to the left, lost, he brought me in to move him back to the center. And you know what he told me? He said they had pushed me so far to the left I didn't even recognize myself.
So it was 2 years that Bill Clinton, the first 2 years that he governed, 92 to 94, and then 94 was a disaster, and that could actually happen now.
Yes.
Okay, the same thing could happen.
It is precisely what's happening now. And in Catastrophe, I predicted it, because the temptation
history is repeating itself.
Not to be a scrambling quarterback who can hit anyone from anywhere in the field, but to stay in the pocket and be disciplined by your party, is so strong and so reinforcing when you lose support in the Republican and Independents.
But when Clinton started to go to the center with welfare reform and some of the other things, it worked for him. Yes, he regained popularity fairly quickly.
Yes, but his party hated it. When he introduced a balanced budget, it was rejected in the United States Senate by a vote of 99 to nothing. Not a single Democrat backed it. His welfare reform bill got 99 Democrats to support it and 99 to oppose it in the House. He was constantly under fire. I was under fire for being the
But the folks rallied to him because he won re-election.
But the folks rallied to him. He won re-election, and then he took over.
Are you going to predict that Barack Obama is going to do the same thing Bill Clinton did? That because he is losing on the health care deal. He's having a trouble in the polls.
Not before the election.
Not before what election?
In the 2010 election. Then he has a choice to make.
All right, so he's going to tough it out on the left or moving to the far left until 210,
right,
November.
And remember, the reason the Congress is moving him to the left is most of these Democrats are in safe districts where they don't have to worry about Republicans, but they do have to worry about primary fights from someone to the left of them. That's why Schumer's pressing for the public option. He knows he can defeat any Republican in New York, but not an out-and-out liberal who wants the public
Yeah, but I
option
don't
and
think
says he's sold out.
look, if the liberal American public were so powerful, the liberal networks would do better, the newspapers would do better. I mean, there's not that many liberals.
We're talking about a Democratic primary bill.
No, I